Hey guys, I'm Nate and welcome to the Science Inform AU podcast. Today I'm joined by Mr. Brad Weston. Hello.
Hello.
How are we going, man?
I'm good, thanks.
We just came back from Logan.
Yeah, when I'm in an emotional state.
We're very emotional. We're drinking down that emotion with a couple of cheeky bevies. But Brad, what is the topic that you want to talk about today?
I want to talk about augmentation now, because my knowledge of human augmentation, right, is all based on pop culture stuff.
Yeah.
Because if you're listening to this and you have no idea who the hell I am, I write for Geek and Respawn Ninja, just gaming websites, pop culture websites. So my understanding of augmentation is sword arms, giving people crazy.
So kind of like X-Men mutations, giving them to people without having to have an actual genetic mutation.
Yeah, exactly. Like Deus Ex,
You want to be permanently wearing sunglasses?
Oh, dude, have shades that slide on and off.
Shades that just it's kind of like an eyelid of a crocodile. It has two eyelids, one for completely blinking.
Of course I do. Yeah.
Okay, of course.
I'm actually a science and math high school teacher. I don't even know if you know that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I've been writing for Respawn for a couple of months now. It's been great. So you're saying that you want to have kind of augmentations from Deus Ex and stuff like that. What from that? So there are some pretty insane things in Deus Ex that right now and maybe in the next 10 years we're not going to be able to do, unfortunately. But if you had to nitpick at a couple of things.
I'm not surprised. Are you telling me I can't get arm chisels?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think you're going to be able to get arm chisels.
Oh, yeah. A lot of them aren't practical either, actually. Really thinking about it, because how am I going to use swords day to day? I can open beers and stuff with it, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Sweet party tricks.
It'd be an absolutely awesome party trick. You could be really good at making sashimi.
Oh, yeah.
You're just man, I can fillet fish like a pro.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Just excuse me, step out of the way. You have to 2 feet away from me because I've got swords are going to come out of my arms.
Because I only had these sword arms for a couple of weeks.
Or you could just use a knife. Which is what they do now.
But that's not a cool party trick.
That's not as cool, right?
It's sure, this sword that this knife that I used to cut the sashimi has been it's got a diamond edge on it and it's super sharp. But
nah, check this out.
They're not permanently duct taped to my arm, are they? Because that would be foolish. Shink. Oh no, I've murdered you.
Yeah. Oops, I've just killed someone.
Fuck. You're bleeding out because these are really sharp swords.
No, I guess to answer your question, what I'd want is I recently got glasses.
Yeah.
So I thought and I know they already do prosthetics for hands and feet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And something that I thought would be cool is eyes. You can get what's it called, LASIK?
LASIK. They basically reshape your cornea so that it reflects light, it focuses light on the back of your retina better.
Right.
Which I'm considering getting because I've been wearing glasses since I was maybe in year 9 or something like that. I've gone through many pairs and I now wear contact lenses. And I need to go get my eyes tested. I'm blind again.
Sick of being a nerd, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I really think it's I actually genuinely find it fascinating. Being able to see.
Defying God to see more.
Be able to see. No, yeah, having robotic eye, having eyes that are more than just for sight. Because everything we have
you
now.
Want thermal vision? You want night vision?
I want predator vision. I want fucking.
I want to be able to see someone's bloody blood pumping through the veins in their neck.
X-ray vision. I want to be able to Facebook on that bitch. Twitter.
Taking it a bit too far. Yeah. No, fair enough. So you want Microsoft HoloLens, sponsors this evening, brought to you by so you like that, but have it kind of just as your eye.
Yeah, because I think it's kind of practical. There's a lot of people out there that are genuinely blind. So is it totally out of the realm of possibility that they design a robotic eye or something that connects to your the tubes that connect to your...
so something that connects to your optic nerve in the back of your eye.
Right,
yeah.
Because in my head, I don't know why, when I think of it, I think of a cartoon illustration of Homer Simpson.
Okay.
How the tubes...
they're just connect, lines.
Yeah,
the
tubes that connect to the back of the eyes and then they go to the brain?
Yes, they go to the brain. They go to the brain stem.
All right.
So you've got... Okay, so... To give you context, you've got your eye, light passes through your passes through your iris and gets focused by a cornea and like hits a bit of retina at the back. You have things called cones and rods. I think cones are for colors and rods are for contrast.
Right.
So the main color pigments that you have in your eye are red, blue, and green, and different like them being activated in different percentages like change the colors that you see. There is a really cool rare genetic mutation that I think only happens in women, very, very rarely, that they have a fourth cone.
Okay.
And then they just get fucking blazed.
Okay.
They have a fourth cone and they can see like 150 million more colors than what normal people can.
What the fuck?
Like, okay, so we have a look over there at this feature wall. I have no idea what this color is.
I'd say it's more of a...
It's like a brown and a purple mixed together.
Purplish hue. It's a
violet. Let's just say it's a dark violet.
It's a...
If someone with this genetic mutation looked at the wall, they'd be able to tell you which...
Midnight grape is what I'm going to call it.
Midnight grape. Fuck. Yeah, actually, oh my God, that's probably like the best way of describing what this wall's colour is.
I know. That's my side job. I name all the colours at Bunnings. You know when you go to Bunnings, you pick the colour, I name all those.
All of those colours have been named personally by
put
yourself.
Put those things over and there's actually a picture of me.
It just says BW on the bottom of them. She'd be able to tell you which corner started painting from because of the way that it's aged.
So why can't I get why can't someone
you have that
make an
implanted?
intricate small, implant that replaces the human eyeball, right?
So at the moment, the main reason why we can't do that as effectively as what it appears to be in like games that are set in like 2510 is because we have... So biology is really, really good.
Deus Ex is actually set in like 2026, which is
2026?
Which is the wildest shit, right? Which is the wildest shit.
Well, I can tell you a couple of things that we'll get in the next decade, give or take.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like biology is really, really good at being able to, because it's had millions of years to do so, to get things just right and to be super efficient at it. But we just can't do that just yet. We haven't been able to make anything that's that efficient and that small at the same time. We have been able to give blind people some sense of vision by getting receptors in their eyes and then connecting them to the occipital lobe at the back of their brain. That's why if you fall back and you hit your head, that's why you see stars, because that's the bit of your brain responsible for sight.
Okay.
But we've been able to do it so that they see particular things. It sends an electrical impulse to their brain and it activates it in a particular way that they go, I think I can see shapes. Okay. I don't know the resolution. It could be 2 pixels, but who knows?
It's got to be more than the Nintendo Switch, am I right?
Locked it. What is it, 900?
720.
720.
I think it's 720 in handheld, and I don't know what it is when you put in the thing. It might still be 720.
When you dock it?
I don't know. Yeah, when you dock.
When you dock with a Switch?
Yeah.
Good tactics. So going back a little bit, so you want to be able to see everything, and do you want to have like a little a wheel on the side of your eye that you can flick through the different settings or something like that?
Well, not like a fucking pictogram. What are those things? No,
like
it would be connect to your brain. So
it's just like on Snapchat, how you flick through the filters.
I can put dog filters on people all day.
Oh God,
dog filter everyone I see. Dog filter vision.
Oh,
I copyright that right there. This is recording. That's fucking mine.
You're listening, Snapchat. This is what you're gonna have to deal with in the future.
You call my people. My people is me. You call me.
My number is. So is that top of the wish list?
That's not top of the wish list. That's the top of the
realistic.
Realistic. I think that's what. Okay. If I was like a crazy fucking, I don't know, millionaire. If I was Elon Musk, right, and I had to invent...
And I had poor eyesight.
Yeah, and I had poor eyesight. If I was a blind Elon Musk, is what I'm trying to say, is I would... I don't know, it just seems like in the realm of possibility. Where we live in a universe where, we have devices that can restore hearing.
Yeah,
and
cochlear implants.
Yeah, and we have hands. You can, we just saw Logan, and in that movie there's guys with, crazy... we don't have advanced ones just as good as that yet, but we have...
We kind of do... So there's a guy.
But here's the thing. I want to bring this up.
Oh, yeah.
I want to jump the gun. I don't because we'll get to this.
Jump the gun.
But
Do it.
Okay, so at some point where you're talking about restoring vision to those that are blind, right?
Restoring abilities that have been lost.
Right. I'm all about so we have reached a point in evolution where we're kind of perfect for we're kind of finished evolving physically.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, you're perfect.
I am informed.
Yeah, you are informed. I am informed. No,
Jesus.
so I want to take that to the next level. Like what we have is our brain. Right?
Yeah.
Our brain is constantly thinking of like new technologies, new things to advance us, right? So would it not be the next step of evolution is like technology? Like we evolve ourselves. Like we.
There've been lots of debates about this because we're one of the few like organisms. So like everything evolves to be able to deal with what's happening around. Metal's better than flesh.
Well, like so if you so we.
I don't know, man. You could try and have sex with a tin can if you want. I don't know how much how great that's going to be.
Those sex robots are expensive. Okay, not that I've checked.
Like the one that they made in Korea that looks like Scarlett Johansson. There's a.
I've definitely seen that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Nathan, you brought it up though. Oh, shit.
No, I guess kind of. I'm more into like restoring vision and giving myself like crazy rocket feet, not a blowjob machine, but.
So you're kind of just like, sure, my vision's a little bit shitty at the moment. If we can improve that, but not only improve it, we can make him better and give me dog filters, dog filter eyes.
Yeah.
So you're kind of okay. So. So this is a kind of a cool
idea. Cyberpunk stuff. I like cyberpunk stuff.
Cyberpunk stuff?
Like that genre is like my favorite genre.
I'll get on to some really cool prosthetics that you might enjoy then.
Okay.
So do you kind of want like, hey, I have this thing that's already broken with me. Can we restore it to what is considered by society as normal? But can we also go that little step further?
I want to talk about...
So like, if you had normal vision, would you still want...
Exactly. So if I had normal vision, like if I had 20/20 vision, right, and we lived in a world where you can replace your eyes, so it's even greater for the cost of a couple of $1,000s.
Yeah.
Would you do that? Like I probably would.
Would it be a cost thing?
No, it's more of a.
We're going to give you some super fucking cool robot eyes. You can see infrared. You don't have to worry. Like you've got night vision, thermal vision, dog filter vision. You've got whatever you want.
That's undeniably better than our vision now, right? Like so.
Dog filter vision? Yes. Your work. Can you imagine like a really shit day and you're just like, oh fuck, and just like swipe onto the dog filter and you just happy.
Everyone's got square heads today.
Someone's talking to you and they're just like the dog tongue is drooping out of their mouth.
Yeah, that's sick. Can't wait to go to a funeral and put the dog filter on everyone there.
Why a funeral? Why was that your go-to?
I don't know. It's the most morbid thing I can think of.
Jesus. Yeah, well, you did well.
Yeah,
you did a good job. You did not have to be
So I pose a question to you, right?
Okay, go.
Is if like you had the money, right, to replace, say your heart.
Yeah.
So it was more efficient, or say your lungs, right? Your lungs, and there's nothing wrong with your lungs, or your eyes, or whatever it may be, right? And it's just a cost thing. If
so
you have
something
the money,
to do to excel me past the normal standard.
It just it improves life. You know what I mean? You could smoke, right? You replace your lungs, then you could smoke whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted, and there is no downside.
Oh yeah.
You can't get lung cancer, right? You can't get lung cancer from smoke if your lungs are made out of a fiber mesh,
something that isn't damaged by the bad chemicals in the smoke.
Exactly. So would you replace your lungs if that was a reality?
I don't know. Here's the thing. Like, I kind of have the whole idea if it's not broke, don't try and fix it type mentality. But the thing is, so this is one of the really, really cool debates that I had with some of my students, kind of flicking back. So I can have lungs inside of me that don't get damaged by smoke. I can have eyes that don't deteriorate. So essentially, like my entire body is a Logan. Like I can't sustain severe damage that's going to jeopardize my life.
Sexy Australian man, Hugh Jackman.
I am Hugh Jackman.
Mm-hmm.
I
Do you have the
wish.
technology to make me into Hugh Jackman yet?
We can make him Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
He is the standard. He is the goals.
That model. I'll take the Hugh Jackman model. Thanks.
Tick this box.
Yeah.
Do you think that like mankind would give less fucks then? So this is something that I was talking about. So I had a podcast with Hayden, the very first one.
Because if you lose an arm, so you're in an accident, right?
Yeah, but would that be a good thing or a bad thing then?
Oh, I broke my prosthetic arm. I broke my mechanical arm that I can replace.
I'm thinking in the whole sense of like, so we are currently going through the process of trying to grow human organs in pigs so that we can then transplant them into us. But we've only got one organ. It's the pancreas that we've been doing with pigs. Would that be okay, like a pig life or our life type thing? And would you then make bad lifestyle choices because you're literally like,
Of course, yeah, you'd lower the risk. So like the humankind would take their nature for granted. Like that's like, so that's the whole thing with, I guess kind of rolling into the ghost in the shell kind of thing is that you can just replace your arm, you can replace your vision, you can replace whatever. So day-to-day life isn't as risky, you know?
Would that make life meaningless then if you're constantly being replaced?
Not meaningless because you're still you, right? You're still you. You can't create a soul.
Am I
can't
still
create a
me if
mind.
I'm constantly being replaced though?
That's a ghost in the shell thing. Are
like,
you
who
even
am I?
human?
Am I
If
my
you're just
body
a
or am I
brain,
my
if you
mind?
got to just a brain, are you really a human?
Yeah.
Like what part of you makes you a human? Would you say your brain or your soul? Do you, as a man of science, do you believe in a soul?
Man, this is a heavy question. I kind of do believe in the idea of there is a little part inside of you, like that voice, that
uniqueness,
that will determine your decisions. A lot of people call it your subconscious, which is probably the more accurate way of calling it. But I do like to humor the idea that there is something there that makes you who you are. There was like a study that was done years ago about they were measuring the weight of people, and when they died, they lost like 23 grams or like 2.3 grams.
And like, soul leaving.
It's your soul. I didn't read into it that much more.
When it was fact, just the gases leaking out of your body. Probably.
Who knows? I didn't read the study completely to be able to be like, oh, cool.
Yeah, reading's for nerds, right?
Yeah, I fucking hate reading.
Fuck science. Read half of the article. And then
just read the title. Just read the title, and then you get news articles on TV saying that you can eat ice cream for breakfast.
I can't wait for the listicles that are all like science stuff. Top 10 human augmentations.
Yeah. Well, okay, so like kind of going into that a little bit then, because so we were saying like, would we enhance ourselves past a certain degree, and then I counted would that make our life like less meaningful? I think the main reason why a lot of people are like very concerned with global warming and stuff like that and the environment, because it negatively affects us. Like if the environment goes to shit, then we're fucked as well. Essentially,
you can't replace it, right?
Because
you can't replace it.
Yeah, we don't have the technology to be able to replace
terraform or to like
we don't have that ability, and it comes down to a particular degree. Like everyone's like, yeah, sure, we need to definitely protect the environment, which is something that I'm all for, but I think also to a particular degree that is like a survival thing for us as well. Like, guys, we need to protect the environment and we need to save it, because at the moment, like, we're doing this much damage, which is then in turn, if we fuck up our planet, because we can't terraform it, it's the only planet we have, we can't replace it. But what about if we get to a particular stage where we're able to like synthetically generate oxygen, or we're able to imagine if we were cool enough. So there's, I think, so you know what photosynthesis is?
Yeah. Learn about that shit in high school, dude.
Fuck yeah.
I use it every day. I use it every day.
Every day?
Every day.
So plants photosynthesize to produce sugars so that they can respire to, you know, grow and stuff like that. We respire solely. There are 3 animals that photosynthesize. So there's an aphid, there's a sea slug, and there's also there's something else. I can't remember what it is. No, it's not a jellyfish. It's an amphibian, a salamander.
Okay.
That have like algae in their skin
that regenerates.
That uses the sun to make sugar to fuel the body. So there's a sea slug that looks like a massive leaf. It only has to eat 2 weeks of the year.
That's crazy. There's also
and it's just producing sugar.
I also read there was a jellyfish. There's a type of jellyfish that lives for like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it lives for fucking ages, right? It lives way longer.
Because when it gets to an adult stage,
it refreshes its body, right?
Yeah, it basically forces. It doesn't necessarily force age backwards, but it just makes itself simpler. It starts literally like shedding off mass until it's small again, and then all the regeneration, instead of trying to regenerate a whole body, it just regenerates like a smaller unit,
the stuff
and then starts
amazes
growing
me
again.
Yeah, that's the stuff that amazes me for like again, augmentation is not just physical, like technology, not just metal, not just whatever, like carbon fiber or whatever, replacing parts of our body, making it better, is like harnessing that's around us now, like animals and stuff like that, taking their genes, their DNA and stuff like that, and putting it in us.
So you want splicing?
Splicing, well, that's a form of augmentation, right?
Yeah, I'd definitely say that is.
That's definitely, so like, you could take say we harnessed that jellyfish, and then everyone was now aged to like 500 years. You just increased everyone on planet Earth's, but
can you imagine if we became like a really, really old adult, and then we had to shed like all of our fingers and arms and stuff like that, and just become a small baby again?
Oh, dude, like a Benjamin Button.
Yeah, but like, very, very disgusting.
I'd do it. I'd do
You
it,
would?
dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Well, why not? Why not?
I don't know, man. Like,
If I could live forever, sure. People like, you know that thing with people like, oh, I don't want to live forever. Everyone around you dies and stuff like that. But I don't know, man.
you would be fine living forever?
Everyone listen to this that's a loved one. I don't really care about you, so I'll just...
I want to be Edward Cullen. I just want to be a vampire and never die.
That is wrong. Like, I definitely get over... I'm over Earth now, to be honest, but...
I want to go to Mars, man.
I'm fucking 25 and I'm done with this place. So, yeah, that whole ideology of improving humankind is like so fascinating to me.
The thing is, I think like the idea of improve is so subjective.
No, I think that's definitely improving. See, I would...
but like in subjective sense, like, what does it mean to improve? Like,
exactly. No, I
can
agree
live
with you.
live another 100 years.
Or I replace my hands so I never get burnt or whatever. You know,
okay, so there's a really cool thing. So I'm just going to use it as an opportunity to kind of segue into this really cool guy who has a prosthetic. So he was saying that he has this very unique prosthetic. It's his forearm. I think he's just past the elbow down.
Right.
And he has this prosthetic arm, and his wrist can do a 360-degree spin.
That's sick.
So he can literally grab something.
She's like a drill fist.
Yeah. He puts all his fingers together and just starts drilling into walls and stuff like that.
It's like an anime character. He's an anime character.
Yeah,
he is an anime. Like Crimson Overdrive drill fist
through the
punch
wall.
through walls. Yeah, that's sick.
But the reason why he did it, so that was something specifically that he asked, because he said, like, when I lost my arm, I was literally
I'd augment myself so I have a bowl opener.
Oh man, that was a sick augmentation.
Yeah.
That was solid. But he was saying that when he lost his arm, everyone just saw him as like an amputee victim. That they just saw him as someone who was disabled, or saw him someone that was crippled.
Right.
And now, like, they don't. Now that he has this wrist, they can do a 360-degree spin. They're like, holy shit! Here's this guy who can do something that I can't do.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
They don't look at him like, oh, he's never going to be able to like feel his wife with that hand. He's never going to be able to play like the piano or play the guitar.
But surely there's technology. If we're talking about like there will be technology that replaces sense of touch and smell.
Yes, we're slowly getting into that field at the moment. But it is still going to take a little while. Maybe give it like 10 years and we'll have like proper prosthetics that can like feel and stuff like that.
When you and we'll be long dead, man. We'll be worm food and gone, right?
Not if we live forever.
No, not if we live forever. But like,
put our brains into a robot.
By the time people, Ghost in the Shell. But by the time people like 3D print fucking shit that they need on their body, you know what I mean? Like, where 3D printing is this.
There was a guy who actually made a 3D printed prosthetic for his baby boy. Like, saw it all online and stuff like that, printed it all out, and like, so the technology to be able to 3D print a prosthetic to a particular degree is there.
Right.
But
I would assume so. But like putting it on someone would be the difficult part, right? Connecting it to nerves and
yeah. So like actually like being able to have it like functional, then that's next level. Like, we do have technology at the moment that is able to. So there was a guy who has paralysis of his arm because he had an accident and his spinal cord is damaged in that particular area, so that he can't move it. But what they did was that they were able to get nerve impulses to bypass. So they had essentially electrical circuitry to bypass the brake and still activate the muscles.
Right.
So he could move his own arm using electricity.
Yeah.
Because they just bypass the brake. And then you got the alternative of that. There have been a few people who have had chips implanted into their brain that wirelessly communicates with a computer to move a robotic arm.
That's cool.
That they then might put on them to then move.
So I guess the first signs we're seeing of augmentation in our society now is that I actually have a friend. She has it's about the size of a grain of rice.
Oh yeah, has she got it in her thumb?
It's in her thumb. It's in this little chip. It looks like a.
What is it? An RF? That's RDFI or something like that.
Right. And it's got like she can use it to like fucking pay wave shit.
Yeah,
and
you can put like your so there was a guy, one of the first biohackers was a German guy in I think like 2005 or something, who he wanted to be able to walk into his business without like having to use a key. He's like, why do I have to walk up to a door, pull out some keys for it to unlock and open when it's me? Right, so he got it put into his between his the fleshy bit between his thumb. The webbing
between your thumb. That's where it is, right? Because it's just a bit of flesh there, right? Yeah.
So he walks up to the door. He's put the scanner near the door handle. So he literally just walks up, pauses for a split second, and then he opens the door because he goes, "Oh, cool, that's him."
Right. So it's like when there's there's cars that don't have keys anymore. They're just like a little chip. You walk up and it unlocks when it knows.
Yeah, and it goes cool, and then you can like press start and stuff like that.
Right. Like so that's the thing. Like theoretically, people can walk. You can walk through a Woolies and never take your wallet out. Right. You can pay for it. You can link to your social medias.
Well, the closest thing I have to that is that I've got a phone case that has a little sliding bit in the back, so I hold my phone
so
up.
Imagine if your phone is in your thumb.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's just the first.
They were pushing for the tooth.
Right,
they were pushing for the phone and the tooth because the vibration in your jaw, you can hear it in your ear. So if someone's talking in your mouth, you can still hear it.
So like, but why not? Like, why? I guess people are like, oh, I'm perfectly fine with having my phone, but
I think it'd be funding.
Be a sense of progression with the human species. You know what I mean? Like, we're really going to be like a fragile. We're going to be able to go to the moon. Like, they're going to launch to go to Mars or whatever next year, right? Are we really going to stay these fragile little beings that only live for 80 years? You really that's like no way. We have to advance. We
have to be able to like propel past this threshold of biology.
Exactly.
The thing is that this is where it gets really, really interesting. So there are a few people out there that kind of have a look at the advancement of the human species as like incorporating machinery is the next step. And
I believe that.
And that they need to a particular degree rewrite the idea of evolution, which would be really, really cool, which would be an interesting idea.
That is the next step. I honestly believe the next step of evolution is human-made.
Oh yeah, mechanized essentially.
Mechanized ourselves. Like
but it comes down to like there are some people who counter with like, well, that's cool and everything to be able to mechanize. Like we've got people in the army that have exosuits essentially, which is just allows them to be able to lift more and go for longer periods of time because it takes the strain off their muscles. And we've got like really cool little things. There was a guy who has made I think it was like an LED screen for his arm, but it's so thin, like he taped it to himself. Like it's like the layer of skin. But it is very, very pixelated at the moment. I think it only shows you the time, but eventually he wants to like be able to have like a touch screen as your arm though. Like imagine if you had like just something under the skin that was a touch screen. Like that's what he's got to a particular degree.
Like massive, and eventually get to the point where it's like Mass Effect, where it's like a 3D thing that pops out of your arm. Maybe you only see it, you know what I mean?
But the interesting thing that a lot of people are saying is that what's the point when we still have all of these people who can't see, who can't hear? It's like you've got to find like, do we get to a particular like, who knows? In the future, it might get to a particular stage like, cool, everyone from birth. We've been able, like, it will take like a couple of generations, of course, but everyone from this birth, we've been able to get them to the normal standard. Now we can get forward. Or is it going to get to a stage where it's like, oh, you have the money and the influence. We're going to allow you to, like, run further, see farther, like not have to worry about, like, breathing ever again and leave all the poor people who are struggling behind.
Doesn't advancing the species in general, doesn't that advance those that are at a disadvantage anyway? Like, doesn't that?
So one of the things is like you're only as strong as your weakest link.
Right. So what you're telling me, we kill all the blind people?
Yeah.
We cull them. We cull them.
Cull all of them.
Start again.
Exactly. Start from scratch.
If you listen to this and you're colorblind, fucking start running.
And please I hope you all know that we are just we're
doing this for the
We're doing it for the lols, guys.
We're doing it for the benefit of the human race.
Oh, okay, cool. I was saying that we were being sarcastic and that we were just doing it for giggles, but you're just like, run the motherfuckers. We're gonna murder you.
You can't joke about human.
You can't joke about murder.
You can't joke about human advancement.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, what is the end stage then? Like, do you think that there will be a particular stage that we just don't have a body, that we're like born and our mind is put into a machine?
I would say our brain is the only thing.
Can you imagine a child's brain, like an infant's brain, like in this massive mech suit, like learning?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like, no, because can you imagine like a child? Like, do you have to pass like a certain like psych evaluation to be able to put in a mech suit? Because imagine chucking a tantrum, but being this massive like 1 ton fucking death machine. Like so being a small child,
smashing
like
cities every tantrum you had.
you'd have to have like, are you an adult? Do you know how to adult? And like have a psych evaluation before they put you in this massive mech.
You couldn't like really tell who people were. Like you could have the brain of a 45-year-old white male in the I don't know, the chassis of a 20,
that's sick.
The 20-year-old of like 20
of a ninja
of a female. So it's like it's not. And I guess touching like on a very real point on the taking the brain of a toddler or an infant, that eliminates the whole.
Because they still be learning.
If an infant is born with a physical deformity, or we would have the technology, like they have the option to take the brain or the mind or what they can.
We've identified that your child is not going to have this particular aspect of what we consider to be normal, and we have the ability to be able to ensure that they have.
We can give it to them.
That they have a potentially normal upbringing.
Right. So
yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like being born without legs or working like arms, or that would be an issue of the past. It would be oh. Damn it! Your kid's going to be born with, you know.
They've got this particular thing that is not considered normal by many people that might inhibit their lifestyle or what they want to do type thing.
Right, and I'd love to see like the issues that particular groups would have with that. You know, like the physical body being a religious thing, you know, like the
Messiah.
You know, like your body is, you know, crafted by God. So that's perfect.
Your body is always a temple.
Yeah, your body is perfect the way it is. It's meant to be that way. Don't replace it. Don't fix it in any form.
I wonder what would happen to society
because people don't vaccine. There's people that are anti-vaxxers. Imagine
those people.
Fuck those people.
Fuck me, dude.
If you're an anti-vaxxer. You're listening, we're coming to find you. I will actually fight you. That's not a joke.
That's just. Oh, I'm so triggered that you brought that up.
So if there's anti-vaxxers, imagine the anti-augmentation people.
Yeah,
and imagine there's a dude named Adam Jensen. This is literally a storyline for Deus Ex. But actually, like, imagine people being
who rises up, becomes the man he was destined to be.
Anti-augmentation.
Yeah. Okay, so how much? I know this is such like a barbaric and very like oversimplified way of doing it, but what percentage of the human body would you allow to like augment?
Me personally?
Yeah,
80%.
80% of your body. So what would be left? What would be left? Like your brain and what else?
My brain
and my skin.
I'd like to keep my handsome features.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Because we can't create that from machinery just yet.
You can't improve on perfection, people. You can't improve on perfection.
God damn it. What about for society? Honestly, so you're about 80? What about for just like the human average, like all of society?
Whatever they want. Like whatever they want. Like their entire body if they can afford it. Like I would assume there'd be a clinic you go to and get it or be a procedure. But for me, I would keep my brain.
Yep.
My brain, and I'd like to keep my identity physically as in like my face. Face and
So does your face like super glued onto a machine?
Yeah.
Doesn't blink, doesn't move its mouth, it just goes like, hi. It just doesn't.
No, it's like Mass Effect. The protagonist of Mass Effect doesn't blink.
Oh, that's a bit scary.
I know.
That's a bit scary. Tune in tonight. No. If you're listening to this, the stream's already happened. We're sorry.
Yeah, you missed out. Fuck you.
So I think, in all honesty, maybe like for the next.
What are you? What percentage would you give yourself?
What percentage would I give myself? Fuck, dude, this is an insane question. If it came down to it, like I'm legitimately talking about realms of possibility.
Yeah.
If I was able to have like my finger was a USB.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
But I'm talking about like tiny stuff. I don't want to be like in the next 50 years I'll be 77 in the next.
Is it sinking in yet? Is it sinking in? Exactly.
In the next 50 years, I'll be 77. If I was able to have like good vision, like perfect vision, a little bit better than 20/20. If I was able to have essentially have like chips and whatever in my finger and like data storage and stuff like that, I reckon that would be Yeah, walk up and pay with something just by like pressing my thumb on it and opening doors and starting my car with like my finger and stuff. Like just stuff that makes stuff really efficient. But
would you improve your eyes? Like you go to a concert, be sitting in the nosebleed section, be able to zoom in and see it from the perspective of someone.
No, I don't think I'd do that.
See, I would, man. Like,
you want?
What's the downside?
Because you're recon.
Just tell me what the
double tap.
Like, there's no downside to me anyway. There's no downside.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I can understand there's no downside. Because I'm stuck on the whole thing of like who I am. Even though there are particular aspects of me that isn't perfect, I am who I am. And if I was to take if I was to have twins, essentially, put one into a fucking mech suit and just keep one in a normal human body, allow one to augment as will and the other one to keep it just as biological as possible, and they just live together and share the same experiences, I think they would be completely different people at the end of it. Because one of them's like, oh, this is the cards that I've been dealt, whereas the other one's just like, I've got all these other cards in my deck that I can just pull out and swap out whenever I want.
So I like how you pointed out this is who I am or whatever. And like you have a sense
therefore I am. Therefore your brain is who you are. Therefore the rest of the body doesn't matter.
Wow.
That's a counter argument to myself.
Okay, so
fuck, they got
I
heavy.
was going to talk about when you go for your driver's license test, right? Like, and you pass, and they ask you if you want to be an organ donor because that's on your license, right?
Yeah.
And most people don't think about that, and they freeze. They're like, "Oh shit, do I want it?" Like, oh, and then the idea,
no doubt.
And then they're like, "Oh yeah, definitely want to be an organ donor."
Yeah, no doubt.
Like definitely donate your organs.
I would donate my entire body, like everything.
Yeah,
even my toenails.
They're good toenails.
Thanks, man.
They're quality toenails.
Yeah, so some people hesitate. So some people
they hesitate. Well, because the quickly
like,
idea,
that's mine.
Yeah, the idea runs through their brain of them on a table having their stuff cut out of them and chucked in a bunch of other people, and it's like, So the same thing was like you pose a question to someone, "Hey, I can replace your arm. It'll be 100%. Will be better, but it's
harder, better, faster, stronger.
Technically, your arm. Do you know what I mean? Basically, at this point, it's a fashion accessory.
It comes down. It comes into a combination of like, it is a part of me versus ownership.
Right.
Like, if you have a prosthetic arm, it's not you. You just own it.
Yeah, that's just your version of that prosthetic arm. Yeah, exactly. Millions of other people.
It's like, man, we pump these out all the time.
Yeah. So this is our model. We sell it like a car. You know what I mean? No, that's like I really like that. I don't know. It's just that whole thing really fascinates me. And the thing that would hold me back is, I guess, sports or if it limited me from doing anything. Like if I couldn't do physical sports because it'd be unfair. Like if I had an arm that could crush someone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you run into an issue there. Like you run into a whole other issue of like interaction between people that are augmented and the people that are not. Because if you're not augmented, I can hit you with my metal arm and
is that another realm of discrimination?
Exactly.
Like, oh, you're an augmentedist or whatever.
Exactly. And we're running into a thing that Deus Ex 2 actually explores. That's a video game. That's the video game. They actually segregate them and put them in camps and stuff like that. So and they give them special licenses.
You filthy orgs.
Yeah, like. That's literally what they call them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they actually. So like,
I think I've dabbled in one Deus Ex game.
They're really good.
Ago.
Definitely check them out. They're
this podcast really sponsored by EB Games.
Yeah. No, I guess I say that I'd replace my stuff, my arms or whatever, But if it was a genuine option, that's where it kind of would become an issue. I'd run into oh shit, maybe I've wished for something too much here.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. I'm kind of like the whole idea that it'd be I'd only augment myself for efficiency. I think be more efficient. Can you imagine, like, so as a teacher, like, I'll make my PowerPoints on my computer, and then I have to, like, go and take them to work and upload them and stuff like that. Imagine if you just had them in your finger, and you can just, like, hold your finger on a panel. Mm-hmm. Like, it'd have to be your left hand and have, like, a mouse with your right and be like, cool, da-da-da-da-da-da. Yep. Get a little bit of a buzz, a little bit of a tingle in your finger, and the data transfers across, and boom, it's up there on the screen.
How do the kids give you the homework? They high-five you?
Yeah.
Sick test. High five me to give you homework.
It's like, imagine that though, if they like walk into the class at the very beginning of the day, I'm like, high five guys, yeah, and I'm just like, sweet, cool, I just gave you a pop quiz, now sit down and do it, and they're all just like,
yeah, you've transferred it to them already.
Yeah, they're just like, shit.
And we'll touch on that. Well, I want to touch on that whole like hacking or like the advantages of what you could
So one of the interesting things, I'll tell you this super cool idea for a book that I have been wanting to write for about 5 years, but I just never have done it, and it's actually got some legitimate science.
Is this a bit, or is this genuinely you want to write a book?
I genuinely want to write a book,
all right,
and I have some ideas, but I'm not going to say it on the stream, just in case anyone steals them and does it before I can.
Yeah, we're fucking recording
exactly.
The stream.
Yeah, I
got the dog filter thing.
Oh, you got the dog filter, copyright. TM.
Yeah, that is mine.
But in the sense of, so like with, so you've like biohackers and augmentation. So we've got like exosuits, we've got chips with your ID and like your credit card and all this other stuff in your hands and fingers, or like USB that you could store your entire computer on your person, essentially. There was a really cool article that I was reading yesterday about like hacking biohacking and how a lot of those things, like a lot of the chips and USBs and a lot of the different like mechanized prosthetics and stuff like using chips in the brain to control a robot arm. A lot of them don't have security features.
So that's crazy.
A lot of them don't have
that is crazy
security features at all. They don't have like a Windows Defender like scanning like your internal software every like 24 hours and going, oh, you've got some malware, or you've got like a worm or a Trojan or something like that. So
someone can puppet master you and take over your brain.
Yeah, which is absolute, like, it's insane. Like, imagine getting to a particular stage. Everyone's like, oh, cool. Imagine if I had like really, really cool vision. Or imagine if I could run faster. Or imagine if I had like really, really cool lungs and stuff. Imagine if you could like hack someone's lungs to stop working.
Yeah.
Or hack someone's eyes.
Them. Ransom. You have to do this, or I make your lungs stop working.
See this code. I click enter, and you're going to stop breathing. I click enter, you stop breathing and start suffocating. And you're like, cool. That was a little bit of a test. You now know what I'm capable of. You have to do this.
That's so cool. Cyberpunk,
so cool.
That's cyberpunk shit, dude.
Man,
I'm down.
You want to be the godfather.
I am down, dude.
And you've just got all these laptops around you and it's been like,
dude,
I'm hacking everything.
I'm so down.
You're going to hack like a bank manager and stuff like that.
Oh, dude, you can play games with people.
Yeah, I think it's just, okay. So I literally think that's something that needs to be considered. Is just like, so I think we've gone through quite a bit today. We've been talking about like really, really cool prosthetics and propelling forward and stuff like that. And like the idea of just hacking the biohacks is terrifying. I don't want to be in a massive mech suit and then start murdering everyone.
Yeah, you can cut someone's thumb off and just take that chip in their thumb.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I did read an article on something they actually are inventing. It's like a sleeve that sits over the heart.
Yeah.
And it keeps the heart beating. Like, so as you get older, your heartbeat like lowers per minute, right? Because you're getting older and your body's like getting shitter.
The awesome process that is aging.
Yeah. So like you can literally extend your life with this sleeve that you put over a heart. They're testing it on pig hearts, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, we usually use pigs because their pigs' organs are very close to ours.
Yeah, and that is extending people's lives. So again, that's like something that people can genuinely invest in the near future.
The thing is that I don't necessarily think that makes them like be able to do anything better to a particular degree. I think it's just like
you could do more with your life. You could,
I don't know
if I can guarantee your heartbeats for the next 20 years, right? I can guarantee it. But like if you're 60 and I can guarantee your heart will beat until you're 80, like that completely changes someone's prospects for the next 10 years.
Imagine if you die though and your heart keeps beating. You get shot in the head and your heart keeps going, and you're just like,
well, bullets, man, bulletproof skin, bulletproof.
Oh, have you seen the resin that they've made? They spray it. They sprayed it onto.
I love resin though.
I love resin.
Big fan of resin.
They sprayed a watermelon with this polymer, and they dropped it off this massive building, and it hit the floor and bounced.
Wow. See, that's so.
And they then got an axe and cut it open. Like, it took them a very long time to cut it open, and all the insides of the watermelon were just like fucked. They were just like all sorts of pieces
because of the shot.
Just the force.
The trauma, yeah.
But the idea, like, so at the moment we can't spray our skins with that. Because your skin breathes and allows for like particular things to be excreted and stuff like that, and it's really, really important to have your skin. It protects you from the outside world. But imagine if you just had like, what's the guy's name?
Which guy?
Impenetrable skin, super strong, Marvel, Netflix.
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, yeah.
Right,
Imagine if you had that ability.
I should have trolled you. I should have said someone else then.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, I don't think. I think
I dropped the ball on that one. Sorry, folks.
I was gonna say Nick Cage.
I should have went. Yeah, this Nick Cage definitely.
Nicolas Cage. I should
have said fucking Nicolas Cage.
I may have fallen for it.
Imagine if Nicolas Cage never dies. That's a universe that I'm talking about.
That's what I mean. Cage. Cage does sound about right. I'll believe him.
I want Nicolas Cage for the next. We can clone Nicolas Cage. I want Nicolas Cage in every film.
In all of them? In all of them. Every Marvel film from now on? You just want Nicolas Cage to be making an appearance?
Yeah, every film.
Fire. Okay. I think that's probably a really, really good time to wrap up, and that's just been like ending it out on our like fandom for Nicolas Cage.
I'd love to hear if you'd get augmented and what you'd get augmented.
Yeah, definitely. So if you have any insight on augmentation, or like, because here's another point, last point that I want to finish up on is if everyone's getting augmented, then the standard for normal gets pushed higher and higher and higher every time someone gets augmented.
There's a lot more topics we could probably discuss. We
might do it again. We might get drunk again and be like, augmentation round 2.
We might talk more on topics people can shoot in about augmentation as well.
Yeah, so that might be something that we organise for the future. We'll do another sit down and we'll talk about augmentation and what some of you guys thought about it. Brad, where can people find you and follow you?
I don't know if I want you to find me. If you want to follow me on social media, though,
sure. Let's do that.
You hack the GPS in my brain, and then you'll find me.
Fuck, let's not joke around with that idea.
No, if you want to follow me on any social media, I'm at @thewesty_ on Twitter.
Yeah,
and it's pretty much Twitter, and then my Instagram link is from there, and all my stuff. I link everything on Twitter anyway, so Twitter's the main one.
Awesome. I'll make sure I drop all the links in the description below for the podcast. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, for joining us, and tune in next time when we might do another talk on augmentation.
Yeah, I'll definitely drink more beer though.
See you guys.